Yes, here we go. All right, family. Not gonna wait for anybody else really. There was a big, already like 20 minutes late, and it gave everyone a window to hop on. But if you know anybody else that should be on this call and is not on this call, send out that last second message. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started right now. All right. So, what do I see with Bitcoin? Why am I so excited about this? Why am I so excited about this? All right. I want you to look at this cycle right here. These two cycles. I'm gonna open this here, and I'm gonna open this here. Can I see this? Here we go. All right. So this right here is known as the market maker cycle. All right. So considering this into our analysis, this is the bearish cycle in the market, right? Considering this into our analysis, I'm going to show you what I see, okay? So we started here, right? We pushed up, and we made our first move up, but we were not able to take out this high, okay? So what happened? This movement is going to be considered the start of our cycle. This is our M, okay? We have this push up, which is known as consolidation period 1. This whole time frame right here was consolidation movement 1. Actually, no. Consolidation. Hold on. Saw this is pretty clean. Hold on. No, because yes. All right. This movement right here, this is the start. This is the start up here, right? The start. From here to here. Hold on, give me 1 second. I like it on the line chart. All right, I'm gonna erase everything first so I can do this clean. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. This move right here, as you can visually see, is our M move, right? Our first push up into here is our consolidation range 1. This is consolidation range 2. And this third and final drop that recently happened was our third consolidation push down. All right. Basing our movement on that and understanding that this was our M, this is consolidation 1, this is consolidation 2, this is consolidation 3, or however you want to, you want to do this. If you want to take this as 1, this is 2, and this movement down is 3, right? Understanding that in that cycle, and also based on the 1 hour time frame, where it may be a little bit more cleaner. All right, as soon as we broke these lows, all right, that would give us your consolidation, broke the lows again, consolidation, and then broke the lows again, consolidation, right? So these 3 periods of consolidation down, right? And where do we come back to? We came back into this range here where we shot up before. So we filled all this imbalance. Coming all the way back down into our last sell candle, which I believe was cleaner off the 4 hour or the daily, right? This right here, this zone basically, this is the zone I was playing, right? And I was able to get an entry down here, right? So that, considering all of that, considering all of this, and considering the fact that we already had 3 moves down, right? What we're looking for here now to get to our bullish cycle, what I want to see is our current high of the day, our current low of the day get broken, okay? So if we go on lower, right, we're starting to break the current low of the day, right? We're starting to break in here. We're breaking this low of the day. We already set the high of the day, all right? So what I want to see, I want to see this market come back into the 7,600 range, 7,600 range, right into here, right, where we have this last sell to buy candle on the 15-minute time frame, right around here, somewhere around there, but after the time of 1 a.m. After the time of 1 a.m., right? So once that happens, right, once this happens around that time frame, then we're going to look for something like this to happen and for us to take off on Bitcoin, right? If we're entering something like this, our stops can be, if you want to be very, very conservative, you could throw your stops right under there. If you want to be a little more aggressive, you can throw our stops under here. But depending on, the timing of this, we only want to enter this trade after 1 a.m. So after we enter this trade after 1 a.m., where are our potential targets, right? This is what gets me really, really excited about this trade, right? The fact that we pushed, ooh, did I draw? Okay, yeah, I drew that. All right, good. So what gets me really, really excited about this trade right here is the fact of how far we can hold this thing, right? So after our entry, whether you put your stop loss at about 30 to 40, 50 pips or at about 100 pips, right? We could potentially take this trade back to our equal highs. Where are our equal highs, you may ask? All the way up here. This is where the money is sitting. Look at how many clean equal high points we have at around 10,500. So in terms of a risk to reward, right, if we get what we're looking for, right, we're going to be risking around 100 pips to make over 2,000 to 3,000 pips on this trade, right? I'm looking at right around 2,800, 2,900 pips on this movement. So the risk to reward would allow us to take this one trade, right, and not have to take many other trades, around the week. You can take some partial profits as we come into these consolidation zones, right? As we come into these consolidation zones, you could take some profits right at the highs. So you could set some, targets along the way. But my first target would be really 8,500-ish, right up in here. The first target would be 8,500. You could take some risks off the table if you like up there. Second target being 10,500. And then my overall target for Bitcoin is where it gets bananas, right? So where we are in the cycle right now, if you take your fib tool from here to here, right, we're sitting right around that 61.8 level. If you take it, especially from here, right, you get that perfect 61.8-ish bounce from before. In the schematic right here, right, if we're also, putting our Wyckoff accumulation schematic into the play, right, accumulation schematic number 1, right, taking all that into account, I'm gonna pull this up bigger. Accumulation schematic number 1. Okay. So marking that out, if this right here is our selling climax, right? Then we have our ST. No, wait. Hold on. No, it'd be right here. This is how we would play it. This is our selling climax right in there, right? Where we have this double top, triple top formation. That gives us our ST, right? And that break underneath the lows, right? That run right there is our spring. This is our spring. And this right here is our first test, right? So there's multiple confirmations in my eyes for where this is a very high risk to reward trade. So, even if we're talking about this market just coming back up to 8,500, we're talking about, nearly 1,000 pips without 50 to 100 pip stop loss. And then, second target gives us 2,900 pips, which is a 1 to 44. And then if we do the A to B, C to D pattern, right, as we're moving right now, A to B, B to C, C to D, which should take us up to, 272, that would give us a $16,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year or into the early start of 2020. So this is the movement that I'm looking at potentially happening on Bitcoin now. So with that being said, if we can start to accumulate some positions here, we'll be looking to take this thing very, very high, right? But my most target of interest right now is that 10,500 level where those highs are, right? And then if we, completely blow past it, then we're looking at around 16,000, 16,500 by the end of the year. By the end of the year or, going into early 2020. So that would give us 100 pip risk for, almost 9,000 pip reward. So in terms of risk to reward, this is a very, 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 very solid opportunity. But if we do break these lows, right, if we do break these lows here, then the analysis does become invalidated, right? Even just a little wick underneath, would basically start to invalidate the analysis, and we would start to look at, then much, much, much deeper corrections, coming into the 6,500 range or this golden pocket, 6,500 to 5,500 range, and then legs up, right? Then we would get our next legs up. But in terms of the analysis, I think we've pretty much nailed it on the head. The weekly is still holding this support strong. We've got 1, 2, 3. This would be that third test of that support. If we don't hold here, then we're not going to hold. We're going to break it. But if we do hold here, right, it's the highest probability of execution on that third test of support. So there's a lot of things that went into my analysis looking at this. And now this is really just for a reentry. I have positions down here, but this is to, start to put some more money behind this thing, right? Put some more money behind this thing and see how far we could take it, right? So now we're breaking that low of the day. We're coming into these zones. So if you guys are willing to take, more risk, you could just wait till it's come down to this candle right here. But personally, I'm going to be waiting till around 1 a.m. to take an entry on this and take this thing up, like up, right? We're going to see some kind of structure like this form once we take out those lows of the day, lows of the current day at least, and then maybe push into this wick a little bit. But that's the analysis. That's what I'm looking at with Bitcoin. Um, and it's really the only market that's given us some solid movement right now. The other thing that I wanted to mention, right, on the hourly time frame, right? Once we get a move like this, right, the hourly or the 4 hour, uh, more so the hourly. Hold on, maybe I like it on the 8 hour or the 2 hour, right? On the 2 hour as well, I kind of like the play in here. You know, going a little bit deeper in terms of where our retracement may be, but it's pretty solid, right? This first one was your manipulation, second test, right? Third test into here, right? Just playing that last candle right there around 7,600, and then throwing our stops underneath this level gives us a pretty high risk to reward trade. Especially if the timing is correct, we will see some real bullish movement come out of this, right? The last time, each time we play the 7,500 level, right, we kind of mess around with it, but then we take off, right? We played around with 7,500, took off all the way to 13,000 last time. Right. So this I consider is a very major support level, even though we don't really trade support and resistance, we trade liquidity. But our liquidity, there's a lot of liquidity building up around this region. So, a lot of people will probably be just identifying it as support, but in terms of an actual move, you got to understand, as long as we don't break these lows, right, we have shifted trend. We're shifting trend. So that's the most beautiful thing about this. Right, we take out this would have been your lower high, lower low, right? We set the new high. As long as we don't come underneath here, right, we're valid to make another leg higher. Same thing if we do our fib tool, come into 272, that would give us 11,300, which is above our 10,500 targets. In 11,300, we have this candle of interest right there, where we can sell down from a little bit. So yeah, that's the play on Bitcoin. Now it's really just a waiting game. I'm holding my positions from here, right around here at the bottom, at around break even. But if we do come into this zone, like I said, around 1 a.m., I will be looking to enter very heavily because of the risk to reward that we do have in play. Right, this is a play that could, potentially flip your account. Now, I'm not saying you should over leverage the crap out of this trade, because even putting 1% on this trade will give you a 1 to 50 reward. So like 1% risk would give you a 50% increase on your account. But doing like 2, 3, 4, 5%, the returns can be crazy. But it's all in terms of risk to reward, what your risk tolerance is, and understanding that will allow you guys to absolutely crush it with this. Now, I do also understand that on the daily time frame, we have a little bit. Technically, we didn't touch off of this candle, like it wasn't clean, right? So it could make another push down, right? Another push down into here. And, if we see that, the biggest thing is we cannot take out these lows. If we take out these lows, then Bitcoin is going lower, right? If we take out these lows, Bitcoin is going lower. But if we do not, right, as long as we stay in this range, even coming, making this range smaller. Right? If we break those lows, Bitcoin's going lower. And snap it down to the last 1 hour candle. Pretty much 7,500 flat. This is zone right in here, right? And we can see we tapped off of that pretty much to the T. The low of that candle was 7,500 flat. So As long as we don't, pretty much as long as we don't break these lows, we're in the money for this trade setup. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys trade with the DeLorean or that market maker method stuff, with all the indicators for your entry, you guys could wait for it to pull down and then get that shift with the EMAs to really, really, know if this thing is going to go. But if you're willing to get that, wick entry, it's definitely something that you could use, or you can, take an entry, take half your entry here, and then as the market comes back up and pulls back on those EMAs, you can take another entry there. But just know that Bitcoin gets super, super crazy once it starts moving. But this is good, right? This kind of movement is what we want. We wanted the low of the day to get broken. Around 130. Like I'm pretty much gonna be watching this chart the entire time. Because there's not too much going on in the forex markets. If you guys caught that AUD USD trade with us in the morning, right, you're definitely up some pips right now, 20 or so pips. So congratulations for those who are on in the morning, right? You could definitely throw stops at break even or just close the thing out if you want, right? You already had a 1 to 2. If you want to take it further down, that's up to you. I'm not gonna really be looking at that too much more. CAD Jappy, we missed this. CAD Swiss, whatever, I don't care. The other thing that's going to move tonight is the euro. The euro is definitely going to move tonight because we have news, right? We have a lot of news going on with the euro tonight. Euro. Yeah, you guys can see it's red folder galore. And then we also have pound news. So basically, everything that was consolidating for the whole week is going to make some moves today, right? Euro, the pound, the CAD, the US dollar, everything is going to move. So to identify setups within those markets, that's what we're going to look at real quick. So Euro USD, you can see it's kind of consolidated, but the targets are higher before we go lower. So if we can identify some kind of buy setup, we did poke underneath these lows here with this candle. So some kind of push down into like this candle right here or around 109. What is the last candle? This one right here. So some kind of push down into this candle if you guys want to trade this. Some kind of push down into this. Risk would still be underneath here though. Entry in this zone right into here and then taking this thing higher. First target, second target, third target, and then ultimate target is above these highs here before we start selling this thing down. Just because there's definitely so much money stacked up here. So much money stacked up here. But that's the kind of move we'd be looking for. If we get a reaction off of this, then we could take a little short down, but I don't think we will. I'm probably just going to take that off. So yeah, that's the move with euro dollar. Look at euro Swiss, see if we can, so obviously euro Swiss, we can see they're very, very bullish on this market, right? We've created a weekly bullish engulfing. So this is just going to come higher. I don't think we're going to be able to catch any entries on this. But if we could get retracements, back down into here, then we can take this thing higher. Something like that, and then higher. This, that's more of a very swing perspective. But they definitely want to take this market higher because again, same thing. We have equal highs, so there's money above here, right? So they're going to use that money. Euro pound. So euro pound is another tricky one, right? We've been in this zone for a while, right? We haven't gotten like any real reactions off that daily candle, but we will wait and see. Euro Jappy. This is another one that probably is just going to continue higher. If we can get a pull down into this candle right here, right, we can look for a potential buy entry. If we don't get it, we don't get it. Keep it moving. Euro odd. So this is another interesting one. This one will most likely come higher. And then we're identifying this range right here for us to short this at around 63.6. Being able to short that right up in there. Throw our stops right above the high. Honestly, this could be one of those scenarios where we only risk about 50 to 55 pips. But we will be looking to take this, quite down some way. Quite down. At least back into, some of this imbalance down here. So it would be like a 1 to 4. I like the first TP or so. But there's no equal. I wouldn't say there's many very equal lows that we could target except for here, right under there. So this would be like target 1, and this would be like target 2. So it'll be 1 to 5 for like TP1, and then 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 9 coming down into TP2. If we do go further than that, then, we pretty much mark these equal lows all the way down here as well. That would give you something like 1 to 13. But we will play that as that opportunity presents itself. I'm gonna mark it out. Euro NZD. Let's look at this. Too choppy. I don't want to look at it. Euro CAD. Okay, so we got some movement here, right? Apparently, I have a zone marked out on this. I don't know why it's marked out, to be honest with you. I don't remember why I marked this. Oh, okay, that's why I marked this. So there's equal highs right above here. Equal highs right above there, right? And then we have our last up candle before the down move. So this is a very, this would be a very nice play, right? Everyone, is going to try and short in here. If we don't come up to here, right, you can also play right in there, somewhere in there for a potential short. But most likely, we will take out this high right here because a lot of people somehow, some way, probably identified this high. Maybe it was it like a triple top? Yeah, it was kind of like a triple top. Poked above there, and then we had a solid reaction, but we didn't all the way come back to here. If the market starts to slow down here, right, then I'll be willing to take a risk on it, but I'm not going to set a limit here, nor am I going to set a limit here. I'm going to wait for the market to come up, show me some aggressive movement, and then then we got equal low galore with a Euro CAD. All right, we got all this movement down here. Yeah, definitely something like that to play out with Euro CAD coming back down to these lows. That would give you also very nice risk to rewards, right? Looking for 200 to 300 pips. Don't want to be risking any more than 50 to 60 pips on those trades. Pound needs in, and we work this up in the morning, right? So if we get this play right here, right, we come up to here first. Whichever one happens first is what we're going to look for. So if this happens first, then we short it. If this happens first, then we buy it, right? Whichever one happens first is the move we're going to look for. So if we come up to here, we shorten the crap out of this thing back into these lows. If we come into here, first we're gonna buy and then take this thing higher. So pound NZD is also on my radar. Pound CAD. So pound CAD is also very interesting. The way it's just been pushing up and kind of creating this wedge. The way I used to trade wedges is that I look to catch the top and then kind of catch the breakout. But recently, not recently, but like over the past, I don't know, like 6 months, been looking at them very differently. So this high right here is very false. This high is false, right? This high is going to get broken, and then we get some kind of test and then a drop. So that's the kind of play that I want to see on pound CAD. Even though there are probably some higher targets in terms of imbalance here. Actually, it's not terrible, right? So if we look at this candle right here, this is where the majority of the imbalance is on the daily. So I would say we're in a pretty nice zone for that to happen. But marking out quarter theory levels, right? 72.5 is very important. That's where we got our first reaction from. But something like this coming into this would definitely be ideal before we make that move down on pound CAD. This is another one I will be looking at. Pound Swiss, this is ugly, but this is going to go up most likely, right? This is most likely going to go up. We do have pretty cool, not the cleanest equal highs, but they are equal highs right up in there. So, you know, pound Swissy could gain a lot of strength. Pound AUD. We missed that entry. Basically missed that entry as well too. But it's a lot of consolidation up in here. Probably a nice breakout. And then a strong move down, taking out these lows. Taking out these lows right here. Would be nice. Taking out those lows in there would be nice. You know, you're showing us a shift of momentum and then something come back into here before we make the actual drop, you know, somewhere around into there. That's what I'm gonna be looking for with that. Pound USD. This is something we could have caught, kinda. Right? This is still like equal lows. Equal highs stuff. But we did, you know, retest what this candle right here. Did we take out that high though? No, we did not take out that high. So this is, I don't know. I haven't liked the pound pairs in a while, the way they've been moving. As long as these equal lows don't get broken, we're still gonna have a sell bias on pound Jappy. We just gotta, most likely it will come up in here. Pound Jappy looks very, very clean with that. Something like that happening in pound Jappy. Nice targets, beautiful, you know, beautiful, beautiful play. Right? Very clean setup here. You could throw your stop loss above that wick right there, 25, 30 pips. Just say 30 pip stop loss and have this thing come down for about 175 pips, right? We have our equal highs right here. This is another one of those things. If we break the lows first, then we go higher. If we break the highs first, then we go lower. Okay. So if we end up coming down into here first, right, then you look for some kind of test, take this market higher to take out these highs as the targets. And then the inverse if we take out the highs first. This is another one that's clean. I'll keep that on the radar. I'm not going to look at the New Zealand pairs. Let's look at the dollar pairs. Gold, ugly. Actually, not too bad, actually. Let me look at this right here. This candle is high interest right there. You got some money sitting in here. And then you have the imbalance as well. So there's higher targets for gold. Right? Everyone thinks the trend line is broken, so this thing is going to fall. You're right, it is going to fall, but just into this zone. So gold has a nice play on it. Very, very nice play on it. Something like that. And then boom up. Keep that on the radar. UJ, fuck that pair. UCAD. Yeah, so we marked up UCAD, what, last night? No, this morning. So we marked up UCAD this morning. We have these nice double tops here. Let's let those be broken. Right, that's that money sitting up there. Then we have this nice, beautiful candle where we can sell off into here, and then take this thing down back into equal lows sitting right there. Right, target 1, target 2. If we get that nice play off of here, 2730 pip stop loss, 260 pip TP1, 340 pip TP2. So UCAD is still on the radar. UCHEF still pretty ugly. Still pretty ugly. I'm not gonna touch that. But this is my radar and Bitcoin. These are the pairs I'm gonna be looking at. Bitcoin, 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 especially. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Definitely. You get the timing right on this thing, man. Oh, you guys don't even know the kind of runs we can get from where we are sitting right now. The daily MACD shows somewhat of a divergence right now, right? Because we got that higher low for now. But as long as that higher low stays a higher low, it's pretty much in the money for Bitcoin to go up. Yeah. So this is the radar for tonight: UCAD, GN, EA, GCAD, GJ, gold, and Bitcoin. All right. Any other pairs you guys want me to look at? Throw in the chat real quick. Let me know. I appreciate everyone who's on this call to the end. We got Alicia, Andres, Eric, Luke, Paulina, and Bryant. What's good? What's good? Pairs, questions, comments, concerns. All right, no worries. You're welcome, Paulina. Paulina, you still gotta hit me up. I gotta. You killed it with the event the other day, and I still gotta talk to you about that. But we will definitely make that happen. So in terms of what I want you guys to post, right? Just back test a couple pairs, right? So I'm gonna give you a couple pairs that I know had pretty clean setups. And this is gonna kind of be like your homework, I guess, if we want to call it that. All right. Because I would like some more participant. I'll send them analysis for the morning sessions. I would like some more participation on your guys' parts. So what you guys want to practice is identifying equal lows and equal highs. Sorry, I'm gonna write this down. So we're gonna do this on 5 pairs. 5 pairs. I want you to go on the H1 time frame, identify equal highs and lows, candle that breaks them, and the retest for the entry. Okay, so let's do this real quick. I'm gonna pull up euro dollar. All right, so what you would like to see, what I would like to see is this, right? So don't use this example. All right. Um, find something clean. Nope, doesn't equal. Just want to show you guys clean ones. If you guys can get used to getting the clean ones, then you'll get better at identifying the ones that are harder. I'm not using this pair, right? So remove all this. Okay, perfect. So something like this, right? Mark out the box, right? Resistance zone. You can use Bitcoin logos, or you could do the I. You could just put in a text box, type in equal highs. Okay, make that a little smaller. Equal highs, right? So we understand that there's money above here, right? We understand the candle. You could mark out this candle right here. Candle of interest slash FU candle, sponsorship candle, whoever you guys watch, right? Based on that, whatever name for it, I'll know what you mean by it. Candle of interest, FU candle, sponsorship candle, whatever you guys like. Buy to sell candle. All right, so then you would mark out, take a horizontal lay, mark out the body, take your fib tool, mark out the 50%, 121, 299, 121, 299, and that's it. And then, identify where you would have entered, right? Obviously, we would have entered, if you were limit trading it, you would have entered here. If you were not limit trading it, you would have entered there. Throw your risk to reward tool on here, right? We would throw our stops right above that high, and then target equal lows as our TPs, right? So then you could mark this out. Mark that range out, right? And obviously you guys can see that it already happened, but that would have been your TP. So this is what I'd like to see, right? Maybe you would have had, TPs along the way, wherever you guys think. Oh yeah, so you have these lows right here. So this would have been your TP1 right in there. So you can mark this out and then give me a little text box saying TP1, right? So our TP1 right here, even with TP1, 1-to-6 ratio, TP2 coming to those lower lows, right, giving us 90 plus pips. So now don't do this pair. Don't do this setup actually on this pair, but you could find other setups on this pair and make it happen. All right. So for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you that are on this call, Brian, Paulina, Luke, Eric, Andres, Alicia. For those of you that are serious, right, I'm gonna watch out for these charts, right? So I want you guys to do 5 of them, right? Just do 5 of these. Look at 5 setups. 5 setups and have that done. I'm not going to say for tomorrow because we're not going to have a markup session tomorrow, but do 5 setups and you have the whole weekend. You have until Sunday when we mark up the charts again, right? So look for 5 setups on the back test by Sunday, right? If you guys are serious, if you're curious, I'm just going to start kicking people from the chats, because I really want people who are going to develop into traders, not professional signal takers. But like this is very simple for you guys to do. Very simple for you to identify. You could enter this trade with an 8.5 pip stop loss, right? And went for 90 pips, right? This one trade, you could have risked $8 and made 90. You could have risked $85 and made $905. Or, just a TP1, right? 50, 60 pips, risk $85 to make 590 bucks. All right. So for those of you that are taking this strategy seriously and really want to learn this is how you learn: by practicing, by practicing, by practicing, by practicing, by practicing, by practicing, by practicing. All right. So make it happen. Continue to do this, and you guys are going to see some results in your trading. All right. With that being said, that's the end of this the call. Do not send me the setups personally. All right. Do not ask me in the DM, hey, is this a good setup? Hey, what do you think about this? No, that's what the group chat is for, right? I'm not gonna have 100 bajillion DMs, looking at your setups. I'm gonna look at the ones that are in the group chat. All right. If you send me a DM, I'm just gonna delete it. I'm gonna act like I didn't even get it. So if you're serious, that's what you need to do. Everyone is in that Telegram, and make this thing happen. All right. Where can I get the recording so I can rewatch? I'm gonna upload it to my YouTube channel, and then it will go up on there, and I'll put the link in the chat. So this entire recording will be on my YouTube channel, so you guys know how to do the homework, quote unquote homework, or practice, right, to make you guys better traders. All right. With that being said, that's the end of my time. I've been on here for almost an hour. A little kind of, we started a little late, but we analyzed everything that we wanted to. But there's a new sniper strategy trade that just came out. So I'm going to analyze that real quick. Let's see what they got going on. Okay. So let's look. Oh, damn it. So let's look at what they are saying right here. They're going to buy on gold. Perfect. 1459.8. Is that what we had marked out on gold? Gold. 1459.33 is what I had marked out, right? They're looking to get in a little higher at 1459.8. Perfect, right? Analyze, same thing with my analysis, right? And this is something that professional traders are looking at. That's how you know you're doing things right. That's how you know you're doing things right, and we're making it happen. All right, so I'm gonna throw this in there as well. Forward that to the RTL signals chat. There we go. All right. So gold is verified by TradeHouse. So this is a great trade to take if it happens, right? We can limit trade this. I'm going to be up anyway, so I'm not going to limit trade it. I'm looking more to trade a lot more of the London tonight because I'm waiting for that Bitcoin move to happen. But if yeah, I might just stay awake throughout to be up for New York session in the morning. But we will see. We will see. And then I'll let you guys know. All right. With that being said, now I'm done. Right. That is my time. I appreciate each and every single one of you for hopping on and staying on. For those that stayed on, now you know that gold is solid and we make it happen. All right, guys. Peace.